Hey you guys, it's Britt. Tonight I'm here with a little update on Love Meg and her new video hosting platform that she announced to her subscribers. I had some sort of updated info and also some more thoughts, so if you're interested, please keep watching. All right, you guys, so it's the end of the day. I am tired. My face is greasy. I'm a mess. Axel's here behind me. He just had a spa day or a bath. Bath in normal terms, but we call it a spa day to make him feel fancy. And so, yeah, I'm a disaster, but I really wanted to get this video filmed. So I don't think it's going to be really long, but Love Meg posted on her Instagram story some questions to subscriber, or she posted some answers to subscriber questions, and I wanted to go over those with you guys and also talk about the giveaway portion of this announcement that she had, because there's a big problem with it, and we're going to go over that too. So that's the synopsis for this video, and we're just going to start from the top. So she posted this photo on her Instagram stories, and it says lovemeg.video. That's a link to the platform that I've already talked about. New videos starting tomorrow. Be sure to subscribe for as low as $6.25 a month. Doing a $1,000 giveaway, $100 to 10 people for those who sign up for the full year by the end of the week. Big problem with that. You cannot ask people to buy something in order to be entered into a giveaway. And so this would be like me announcing a giveaway to you guys and saying, let's just pretend and say that I had a Patreon. If you guys go subscribe to my Patreon and send me your receipt, then you'll be entered into this giveaway. That's not how giveaways work. And I don't know if this will end up blowing up in her face. I have no idea. I'm not the giveaway police, so I'm not gonna, tell anyone, but it is something that subscribers should know, that this is not okay. This is not how giveaways should work. And on top of it, she had the audacity to sit here and say, you have to sign up for the full year. So she's making $75 off of you, and then you're going to be entered into a giveaway where you have a small chance of winning $100. So you'll be making possibly $25. So that's the first thing that I wanted to bring your attention to, is this sketchy giveaway that she's doing. This entire situation to me just has money hunger and greed written all over it. And like I said in my other video, I fully understand that an influencer's job is to sell themselves. They are their brand. But there is a very fine line that you can walk in between wanting people to interact with you and therefore you get paid. Because if you're being your genuine self and people are watching your videos on YouTube, then your viewership will go up, which means more sponsorships, more brand deals. And if you have a strong presence on YouTube, you can have that translate onto TikTok or Facebook or Instagram or Twitter. And that's how you start to build your foundation. When you go outside of, what is considered average, that's where these types of situations come into play, and it just smells like pure greed. So next she posted this on her story, and I think that this is in response to her receiving some negative criticism as far as this new video hosting website that she has announced. I told you guys that there were a lot of people in the comments saying, I wish that I could afford this, I just can't, but good luck to you. And she's essentially taking content away from those people to put it onto this paid platform. And that's her decision. But unfortunately, it leaves a lot of people feeling like, I really knew this person. I spent, multiple days a week watching their videos. And now all of a sudden, YouTube is not good enough for them. She really acts like she's being oppressed and silenced. And I think that really also is what's bad about this situation, is it's not something where she actually wants to do a completely different type of content that YouTube doesn't like, and that's why she's moving. This has everything to do with wanting more money. This post says, don't be afraid of losing people. Be afraid of losing yourself by trying to please everyone around you. Well, I would say the Love Meg has lost herself because she is a completely different person from a few years ago. And I've heard that from many, many, many people who've watched her for a long extended period of time. She has changed completely. The greed is seething out of her pores, and a lot of her longtime subscribers have noticed it for a very long time. Long before I ever knew who Love Meg was, her subscribers saw this change and this shift, and they didn't like it. They didn't appreciate it. So there are a lot of people that have vacated her channel years ago, or at least in the last several months. Influencers that constantly sit on their platforms and say how much they haven't changed are usually the ones that have changed. They're being called out on it, and therefore they have to be vocal constantly about how much they haven't changed. Because if you haven't changed, then you don't need to remind your audience that you haven't changed all the time, because people will know that you haven't changed. If you have to announce it consistently, then I would say that's a red flag to say that you have changed, and you know you have, but you also know that you can't admit that, or else, you know, your little bubble of self-esteem would come falling down upon itself. Now I want to get into some of the questions that she answered. These were a little interesting. How many new videos will be in a week? She said 2 to 7. Please keep in mind, this is a full-time influencer. This is a full-time individual that does social media for her living. And so she's moving off of YouTube onto this paid platform, and she's asking people to pay a large amount of money for clean with me, decorate with me, how to have a good marriage type content. And if I was doing that, I would be able to guarantee bare minimum 5 videos a week. It is embarrassing to ask people to pay for this service, and you're giving them a window of 2 to 7 videos a week. The reason that she put 2 to 7 is that way, if she's feeling lazy and she doesn't want to put out content, she can say, oh, well, remember I told you guys it was 2 to 7. My schedule's been really crazy. We've been going to Disney a million times, and I haven't had time to make content. That's why it's such a big window. And that is a large difference, considering that you're asking people to spend their hard-earned money on your video hosting platform. The next question was, is the giveaway just for the 1-year plan? And she said, yes, of course. Why would it not be? Anyone who just wants to do month to month is not worth being entered into her illegal giveaway. She also answered a question, curious why you opted for a paid website versus a second YouTube channel for more versatile content. And Meg answered, I feel more free to do what I want this way. What are you not doing free now? There is nothing that she is putting on YouTube that is being against terms of service to the point where she's risking her channel being taken away, or she's constantly having videos demonetized. If it was that, I would understand, like I said, moving it to a different platform. There is nothing that she says or does that would even be remotely close to being on the radar of YouTube. The next question says, will there be an app to watch the videos? Fair question. YouTube has an app. Most social media platforms have an app that you can watch instead of going in through your internet browser. And she said, if enough people sign up, then yes. It's a $1,200 monthly fee for me to do that for y'all, so I would just have to be making enough through the site to justify it. That's embarrassing. So what she's saying is, if I'm making enough money to satisfy my own personal greed and there's some left over, then I can justify giving you guys an app because I will be making what I want to make, and then I can throw you guys a bone. This is a complete sham. The next question says, will you make more money doing it this way than with advertising through YouTube? And she said, she put up the, I don't know, little girl or whatever. But I do know it feels right. If she didn't think that she was going to be making a lot of money off of this, there is no way that it would have ever been announced to subscribers. At the end of the day, everything comes down to how much cash is in it for the influencer. Don't ever, ever, ever forget it. And the last question I thought was a good one. Someone said, why did you choose such high prices comparable to Disney, Netflix, who have movies and more? And that's a very valid concern. When you think about a platform like Netflix, I don't have Disney Plus, so I'm going to refer to Netflix on this. You have documentaries, you have movies, you have whole TV shows that have 7, 8, 9, 10 seasons available. And these are professionally produced documentaries that are fact-checked most of the time. Classic TV shows, it's a night and day difference. I think that she has some audacity asking people to even pay this. You guys know how I feel. But she answered and said, because I know I'm worth $625 to $875 a month to a lot of people. That speaks to her grandiose level of self-esteem, because there is nothing that she's doing that is worth paying that amount of money for. Again, just my opinion. It continues, if that's not you, I'm okay with that. Part of following on lovemeg.video is going to be a lot of talk about being unapologetically yourself and knowing your worth. Why can't that be on YouTube? It's not like YouTube wasn't paying her anything. Clearly it put her in a financial position where she can work for herself, and seems to be really happy with the progress that she's made. And if that's the type of content she's saying that she can't put on YouTube because it won't go into the algorithm or whatever kind of BS excuse she gave, that is complete nonsense. This all came down to money, greed, a grandiose level of, I know that I'm worth this, and if you don't want to give me the money, then kick rocks. That's kind of the attitude that I see coming from her. I really think that this is just a big slap in the face to her longtime subscribers. And I don't think she really gives a shit. I think it comes down to how much money, when is the money going to come in, how much can I get off these sponsorships, and everything else. Again, that's just my personal opinion on how I see this. And I feel for her longtime subscribers who feel like they are losing someone that they watched consistently over the past few years or even the past few months. But I will tell you guys, she's not doing anything special. And if you're looking for an influencer that does this type of content, there are thousands of other YouTube channels. And I guarantee you will connect with at least a couple of new YouTubers that you come across. Good morning, guys. So this is just going to be part of another video, but I wanted to talk again about this Love Meg situation because she went from bad to worse. This whole situation with her new video streaming platform that she's charging people for, it's not a good idea. We've already come to that conclusion. But the way that she's reacting to comments is absolutely insane. So I filmed the video that you guys just watched. Then I'm going to throw this in towards the end. She ended up answering some additional questions. And the way that she answered 2 questions is why I'm making this specific part of the video. First of all, I was giving her the benefit of the doubt, and I said there's no way that she will not give refunds to people. There's no way. Because when you pay for something and you cancel it, you get a refund, usually. I know that there's circumstances where that doesn't happen, but typically, if you pay for it, you don't want it anymore, you're going to get a refund. Like, that's kind of an extension of what good customer service is standing on your product and realizing that not everybody's going to like your product. And when not everybody likes your product, you're able to be a good brand or a good, business owner and say, thank you for trying it. I understand that you didn't like it. Here's your money back. Or here's a partial refund. If they pay for the full year of her service, $75, and they use it for a month and realize that the content is shit and they're not getting what they thought they were going to get, then it should be prorated where they're refunded for those 11 months that they didn't use your shitty service. I cannot believe that she is going to sit there and say, oh yeah, you can cancel it, but you can't get refunded. Meg, who the fuck are you? Who are you to tell people that you want their money, and once you have it, you're not giving it back, even if they decide that they don't like your shit that you're giving them? I've told you guys before, there are a lot of things that I have opinions about. One of the things that I not only have an opinion about, but I absolutely hate and despise is crooked, greedy influencers. I cannot stand it. It drives me absolutely bonkers. And there's zero excuse for it. Bare minimum, if you're going to shill out this bullshit, and this goes for anything. This goes for any influencer. I don't care if it's merch. I don't care if it's a video hosting website. I don't care if it's a meet and greet that you're selling tickets to. If someone spends the money and recognizes that they no longer want the product, you give them their money back. And as far as, like a meet and greet thing goes, obviously once the meet and greet happens, there's no refunds. But if someone's buying a ticket to come and meet you influencer, who you think you're a fucking celebrity, but you're not. If someone buys a ticket and has something happen where they can no longer make it to your stupid event, then you give them a refund. But moving on to the second part of the issue that I have with these questions that she answered. She answered one question, and basically it was someone raising a concern regarding the fact that, okay, we're used to seeing you on YouTube. It's bad enough that your content is mediocre, at best. And again, I'm not shaming anyone for mediocre content, because I have mediocre content myself. But your subscribers are used to seeing you on YouTube, and now all of a sudden you're announcing this other website. You're moving pretty much, I would say 90+% of your content off of YouTube, where they're used to seeing you and they're used to being able to support you there. Now you're asking them to pay for this. And it was a question raising concern about that. She decided to answer and basically say, oh, don't you, you want everyone to work for free? Or you just expect people expect so much and they don't want to pay for it, or something along those lines. First of all, she wasn't working for free. In fact, Meg was making a very decent income by putting out her mediocre content onto YouTube. So much to the point where she was able to do it full time. Then she was able to get brand deals and sponsorships. Which, fine. That's part of being an influencer. Totally understand that. It's all good. But what we're not going to do is act like you were doing something for free when you were making money for the videos that you were posting. There might have been a short time in the beginning that she wasn't, making money for her videos. But guess what? When you start to put videos out onto YouTube, that's part of what you sign up for. Everybody knows that you don't start out on YouTube and just start making money. If you want to start a social media journey and you're doing it for money, if that is like your top concern, I want to make money. Even people that have that as their top concern know that it takes time. You don't just upload your first video and you get, $5,000 from YouTube. If it was that easy, then literally everybody would be putting videos on YouTube. But I really wanted to add to this video just because I felt like it was so distasteful the way that she answered those questions. And the question about the refund, she didn't even elaborate. She just said canceled, yes, refund, no. And then to answer the other question with so much attitude, and I know that it was text, but you can tell when someone has an attitude, based off of words that are typed out. Let's be honest. There was a lot of annoyance behind her answer, and there was a lot of entitlement. And let's not ever forget, I didn't mention this in my video yesterday, but it's something that I've talked about several times before. Meg has already shown herself to be a money-hungry influencer purely based off the fact that she took a PPP loan during COVID. And yes, I know that we're still, in the panini and all that, but back when those loans were being given out, she was one of the first greedy influencers that were in line to take out and get free money from the government. When her business was not impacted, her workflow was not impacted, because as all of us know, influencers had the easiest job during the panini because they could still make the same amount of money by turning on their camera and doing a vlog from home. You want cleaning hacks? You can do it from home. Her content was not impacted at all. She's not a travel vlogger or, some kind of foodie who reviews local restaurants where it's like, okay, well, she really couldn't do her content because of the panini. No. Go clean your bathroom, show the cleaning hacks, tell people how wonderful your marriage is and how to keep their flowers alive for 3 days instead of 1. She was not impacted at all, and it gets me fired up when I see this being displayed. So it's the entitlement for me. It's the, well, I deserve this because I'm an influencer. I deserve to have people pay money to watch my content. And it's just crazy to me because no, she's not going to be doing anything different. She's not being suppressed by YouTube. She's not being silenced by YouTube or any other social media platform. She has it made in the shade, and she's utilizing this I'm oppressed excuse to justify asking people to spend their hard-earned money to watch cleaning hacks and decorate with me. I mean, Brianna K is, definitely greedy her damn self, but at least she hasn't rolled out a platform where she wants people to pay to watch her decorate for Easter. Maybe that's coming down the turnpike, I don't know, but I'm not going to get upset about it until she says something. I don't know, maybe this is something that influencers are going to do. Maybe this is the next thing. If it is, I don't think that it's going to go very far. If you think about, let's just say that I subscribe to 15 different bloggers. I subscribe to Love Meg, Brianna Kay, Tara Henderson, Ace Family, a bunch of them. How many of those people am I going to be willing to spend extra money to watch their content? None. Because none of them are doing anything spectacular. So either way, I did want to throw that in here because I was just so astonished by the entitlement that she displayed when answering that question. And I don't wish failure on anyone, but the amount of greed and gross attitude that's being given out by Meg, I do think that it would humble her a little bit if this video hosting idea does not take off the way that she wants it to take off. And that's what I will say, because I don't like wishing failure upon people, but greedy influencers could absolutely use a piece of humble pie, in my opinion. So anyway, I will let the other video close this out, but thank you guys for hearing me out. This whole situation just has me a little fired up, but either way, I will see you guys later. Do not overextend yourself to support any single influencer when that money should or could be going to something more important. Don't let influencers pull on your heartstrings and it make you feel like you're missing out, or you might have FOMO. There's so many other YouTubers, smaller audiences, but guess what? When YouTubers have smaller audiences, they're able to connect with their subscribers in a really meaningful way. And that's why I love supporting small creators over larger ones, because I feel like they appreciate my comments. They will respond if I send them a DM. And I just feel like it's a more genuine community to be a part of than being one of 500,000 subscribers. The YouTuber hardly ever responds to comments. Good luck getting a DM responded to. But again, that's just my opinion. So I did want to make this part 2, and her giveaway is very concerning. I cannot believe that you're asking people to spend $75 so that they could possibly win what will end up being $25. Get over yourself, Love Meg. I don't know what else to say. So for now, if you like the video, please leave a like and a comment. And if you'd like to see more from me in the future, please subscribe. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.